Hi, everyone. This is Bonnie Bird from New Earth AC, Community Consciousness. Um, this is our community chat today. I'm really excited, so I'm not speaking right. This lady is so amazing, Audrey Light Language, and I'm just going to read just a couple things about her, but she's so amazing. I could go on for days. She's an embodied Elohim incarnated to do the work she brings through with our clients worldwide, as well as the work she does behind the scenes as a weaver of codes of creation. She speaks the language of light as well as the Akash, and she also speaks the number language of creation. She is an amazing healer. This is just a small sample of the amazing work that she does with a collective, and I feel like she's my soul tribe, and I'm excited because I'm just meeting her today too. And so, here's Audrey. Let her tell us a little bit about herself.
Oh my
Hi.
goodness. Hi. I'm so excited for this. This is so beautiful. For all your listeners, this is really the magic, in its works. And I want to share with them that two people brought Bonnie and I together. And I'm hearing from these two beautiful people, oh, they're going to set me up with these shows. And I'm like, oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you. And then it's with the same person. It's with Bonnie. I didn't even realize. So this is the magic, right? That's why we're both like bubbly and excited because this was really the field, creations doing this and meant to be. So we don't even know what is going to come of it yet because this is the first time we're
Yeah.
seeing each other and talking. So we're
Yeah.
witnessing the magic, the real magic in effect right here, right now, and so that's
And
beautiful. So
that's
yes,
the
I'm Audrey Light Language, and all the things that I do, I didn't search for this. I didn't look anywhere. I didn't have to have like a practitioner, turn me on or travel the world or all those type of things. This was I was a mom, a wife, always yes, always leading people to the light. Even as Audrey, helping people. People would always say to me, "Talk to me, just talk to me. We want to hear your voice." So there was it coming through without me even realizing. And I'm like, well, what do you want me to say? They're like, we don't care what you say anything. But you see, it was coming through and soothing them, even as Audrey. And so the time came to when I was levitated, and all this stuff were moving my hands around and automatic writing and spinning me around like a ballerina. And I would be like, I'm nauseous. What are you doing? No, no, this isn't okay. And oh my goodness, when I was being levitated, I said I couldn't say enough Hail Marys and Our Fathers. And then at a certain point, I was like, people in India levitate, mommies in their living room do not. But that was all naturally turning on, right? So that was a lot, let's say, for Audrey, who didn't look for this and didn't know it was happening. But because of that beautiful heart, trusting and walking through it. And just as I always lifted everyone to say, the glass is half full, the glass is half full, go to the light. Oh my goodness. It just then opened up to assist that, on a huge scale, right, globally, for the collective, and not only globally and for Gaia and the collective, but universally as well, because this is what we are part of as well. And these works are so important. So for you, thank you, and all your listeners, and so many of them that are here embodied, because this is so important that this is affecting not only humanity and Gaia, but for creation itself, right? The story, the fabric of creation itself. So they are all so important. So my works came in to do the works behind the scenes with codings and energy work. And then with all the beautiful souls, as a soul architect that I'm called by spirit, that come to me to have these works to help sustain them, right? To nourish them, to fortify, to strengthen them at what? Their essence, their soul, right? Of who and what they are upon their journeys through creation. So my work comes in and helps them to drink from the wellspring that I bring through, to be strong and nourished and fortified, to continue being the lighthouses that they are here. So I feel so blessed meeting you. Oh my goodness, another one upon the journey. We have that familiarity, of originating points and such. So that is beautiful. When spirit tells me, and people will say, you don't know, you don't understand, you're an embodied Elohim, or I'm from time before time, an ancient one embodied again. People love to talk to everybody out there, which I get and understand. but it's like, I'm like, hello, hello, rather than being out there, I came embodied to walk, here with all of you. But sometimes they
Yeah.
don't truly get
Yeah.
it, or understand that. But that's okay, as long as they come and they receive. And today, I'm thank you so much for this opportunity, and the beautiful ones who led me here to be here with all your beautiful family of listeners, so I can bring through some of this work for them today as a gift to help them and support them. So thank you.
That's so beautiful. That and some of the way you speak is so familiar to me. That's so amazing because that's the way my mother speaks to me. She says mother when she talks to me, and she says that I'm before time, before creation, before. And so it's like it's so exciting to meet another person that has that same sort of energy that um, we're all family, but I mean, we all come in through different ways, and it's kind of like a soup, like I love the way Cryon says it. And he has their little bit of energy, and it all comes together to make who they are, and you attract what you are. And so that's how
I
you got
say
over here.
I used to call it like the stew, a lovely stew, right? That we would make,
Yeah.
because the stew has to sit, and the stew has to just, what is it, like, marinate within itself. There's another word which I can't think right now. Based in that, and then it comes forth. You have this great, all these pieces, all these ingredients together, and you have this wonderful, nourishing stew in that experience. So I would say like a stew.
Yeah.
And I love that you're talking about the mother. You just mentioned the mother. Because that is so important in these times. I know everyone loves the holy mothers and Mother Gaia, all beautiful expressions of creation, and also Mother, Father, God, which is one entity, right? They're always talking about Mother God,
One.
Father God, but
Yes.
it's one being, just as we are, male and female. And the Christ spoke about that marriage, right, of the bride and the bridegroom, which would be the blending of that energy, to be even beyond
Absolutely.
the chakras and to be the pillar of light for the foundation to support the new, right? So beautiful. So the mother
Yeah.
is the mother of all,
No
right? The
mother.
mother of Mother, Father,
Mothers.
God, the mother of all the
Yes.
Gaia, mother of all the mothers and everything. She
Yes.
is where we emanate from, right? As primordial,
Yes.
plasmic, ancient beingness, right? That she is the one that birthed forth through her womb. Some will say, oh, the mother made the male because she needed the sperm. And I'm like, no, there's a word that I don't say that well. Like, is it some kind of protheogenesis or something? I have to look at what the word is again, but it's the female makes her own self. You don't need a male. She is the mother. So she was the one who birthed the gift of awareness, consciousness, experience, to have life from her womb. Recently, a couple of years back, I had a message, and it was the mother telling them that it is the time to follow the lifeline, which is the umbilical, back to the womb of the mother, to be transformed, transfigured, nourished, and so to bring the mother back, to do the works behind the scenes, and in sessions with clients. And I'll, today again, if I can, I'll do that for all of you,
Yeah.
because she is the one that all of this that is happening is because of the gift, right, of life that she gave. And so the mother is back to see what those have come forth from her have done, right, with
Uh-huh.
that gift. And to be exploring and playing is one thing, but the level of forgetting, the level of abomination, the level of not honoring, and keeping sacred that gift, she does not get life, so they bring death, and such. So this is the handling of that situation and the balancing it, and get the very importantly to get back to the natural, biological, beautiful gift that we are and that we have. People are getting lost in this AI and such. We could talk about that another time. It's a
Yeah.
timeline that happened already. We are witnessing it come to pass yet again. We've come here to change the timelines, right? To alter time, so to say. So this that we see coming to pass right now is what happened already before. It's an old future that didn't play out well, and we couldn't change it from going forward there. So we came back, so to say, as time travelers in time, to change it from that old future's past, which is our present, to do the works, to do the things, to assist and support and create change, right, within time. So there's that new future point, and everyone that we could assist and help to get in resonance with that and find themselves upon there, to define and declare themselves, colored in resonance with that, and we pull the plug on the old experiment and we seal the old book of life, and we write in the new book, and those in resonance that can find themselves there to write in that book. And this is a mother coming back. So they honor that gift and understand we didn't need the AI. We didn't need that experience, because we lost something. Creation lost something of itself in that expression, So to come back and understand the natural biological has all that the AI and the transhumanism is offering them. That was the trick, right? The great deception, that they thought they needed that, to compete, to compare, will be left behind. But that was only because they slept for so long and were trapped in a stagnation of forgetting and didn't realize and know that they already have all that. They didn't need that, So it's getting back to that and rightening balance.
Exactly. You have everything within your heart. You have everything within you to do exactly what you need to do. You just have to have the strength to go within and do that. A lot of us are, we're all going through emotional and things going up and down and everything going out on in the collective. And we are holding the light for that to help that pass. And because it isn't our paradigm, ours is of a higher light. And I feel that, just us having a conversation today and to, help the people who are experiencing discomfort and just to just show them that there's love out there. There's people out there with compassion. There's not all fighting. There's not all judgment. There's not all, there's a lot going on because it's all coming to the surface.
Yes.
Healed.
And that's why these things are just so important, what we're doing. So we nourish them and support the lighthouses that they are. So like I said, like a little old, let's say in the time where you see the old kind of lighthouses where the light keeper, he or she had to go up the steps, weathering the storm, right? To make sure that light stays, right? Nice and bright, with the actual flame and the candles. So it's like what we're doing, tending to the lighthouses, which are ourselves, to make sure we keep that flame going and beautiful and bright. So we nourish ourselves as the lighthouses and each other. So we keep that light going through the fog, right? Cutting through that fog. And it's so important. Should I speak some light language, Bonnie, now? We'll give everybody a bit of hit of that.
You go ahead. I'm excited to hear your light language. Sure.
I speak light language. I may say the high sounds coming in are like the fairies, the elementals, right? To touch that inner child, and to make some of the deep releasing a little bit more gentle to bear, Also, go ahead,
I was going to say I also speak it too. So if it comes in, I'll do some right.
Yes, beautiful. There we go. We said we're going to work together. Now we're going to do it right here. First time. Fabulous. I love it.
Right here. Yeah.
And then the deep sounds are like the Native Americans who bring in the ancient ones to do generational ancestral releasing. And oh my goodness, imagine when they receive this work on their DNA, they are assisting their generations in both directions. It's huge, right? Clicking sounds are like I'm working on their cosmic multidimensional, because they must understand, as a soul architect, we're going to access not only a few lives, but thousands of lives at a time, because we're accessing multidimensional cosmic versions, aspects, lives of themselves as well, to alter that. And then the language of the Akash, because I clear Akash for them, clear what needs to be cleared from the Akash. And then I call it to say a rewrite of the Akash, because you help them to be in resonance of the higher frequency so they can actually write in the new books, right? And access what's available at that higher potentiality to write like a new Akash and Akash. Because when we're talking about we're doing the new, it does not mean looping in old. It does not mean a regurgitation of the old, right? It means new. And so that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
all right,
absolutely.
Here we go. Venutunervi sarionai, venutunervide, venunanai, menusumterti varianai, venutunervide, venutunervide, venutunervi sarionai. Iseleme kasha kakia. Kasha kumerike kasha language of the kasha uname ista oruntai. Elle partout chez les vents, c'est moi et tu. Yela as tu kut estu apra. Tu le alext ol ar eleatiti. Apahunana makasha kue. Tu le alasu te aleoluper al ele partois. Eli la 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 la. Unamakush este elapatu. Yella istela tuam. Verosonte virare. Yerosirarti yanai. Venontu nersivari. Venone. Venone. Enemy kasha, kua, 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 kua. So I'm releasing from the heart, everyone. Kashame, kashame, kashame. In the back. Kura sara, kura sara, kura sara. Ele se voit, mon cher, se voit. Partare, partare. Charis. Sa, shitty. Evois from the heart, right? Evois, touching the inner child. Evois, mon cher. Evois, elevois por tu. From the next, supacatura. Sum. Asum, para taru, sila, tulemala. Sukutura, ancient ones. Native Americans, bring in the ancient ones. Do a little bit of generational ancestral releasing. Humasura tarute aneyo manea. Humare ha. Humare ha. Dihanekanda around your belly button and releasing generational ancestral. Hoyanakando suta. Hoyanakando suhuntai. Between the legs. Bahone kanda sota. Yakato sohita handuku. Sunda taxis bomb. Hoyante. Hana kasatoita hanu. Bieto asi hanana sotiare. Esa, because everyone's going through so much. We're going to release again from the shoulders and the shoulder blades, things that you're bearing, right, to help you with that as well, guys. I have to cough. Coughing is a deep releasing. Shoatua, sa. Vahuyana, sunda, elemekash, corte merekash, ele voit, hunti, le partout, Venonton merci, vaniana, venonton every day, vanos, si cherise, essi, mon chers. Che questi. Essi. Essa. There you go, everyone.
That was beautiful. Wow.
Can I pause you 1 minute, Bonnie? See what you just said? Wow, right? Yeah. I have tried to explain this, which is an experience more than anything, right? So I feel like I grasp at words to try to explain my work, which is so much huger than any words that I can say. Like Spirit says, what they're receiving is priceless, yes. Right? So I tell my children, what the heck? You know what? I should just tell people, come and get your wow. I said, because after a session, do you know how many times I hear, what did you just say, Bonnie? You said, wow, right? Wow. I told my kids, and I say on shows, they're going to think it's a selling tactic that I'm using. But I said, it's not. It's really, really real, right? Because look, everyone, what did Bonnie just say? wow. So I tell people, come and get your wow, because it is real. So it's so beautiful. Like at the end of the session, someone will say, when I pause and say, okay, you can talk now, they'll go, wow. And then I say to them, hey, what did I say on the show? Right? I said, come get your wow. And they start giggling just like you, right? Because they know it's real then. They had the
Yes.
experience, you know?
Yes. It's so amazing. I know it's hard to put into words what spirit does through us,
Yes.
and the amazing things that we're awakening to, and the gifts that we didn't know we could actually do, and all of a sudden we're doing it, and it's just really crazy. um, I have a little bit of light language that I want to give to. Hang on a second. Undukoya nakatata mokotokomeya nayadaka mokotokomeya nakataka magataya shutokomeya nakayana iteka mokotomi kaya nakata mokotokomeya nayana shutokomeya takamakata ukotokomeya taya takashinayana Mukutukumea na kata mukutukumea tata tata mukutukumea na tata. Itakuwokitake na kataka mukutukumea tata tata mukutukumea tigata kapikatata. Shutabeya takabaya takapukumea na tata mukutukumea na tata mukutukumea tata mukutukumea na. Take a deep breath. From my heart to yours.
So beautiful, so beautiful. Bonnie, it's a place now, because I'm sorry, everyone, we didn't get to talk about it in advance, but I also speak a sacred key code number language, right? Now, the reason why
Yeah.
numbers have come in, because numbers can hold the highest light quotient, right, in energy to work with in the field, the language of creation, that is the building blocks of all the sacred geometrics, so to say, or whatever they're familiar with. But languages, unfortunately, and symbols, unfortunately, have been contaminated within the system of what has gone on, you know? So this is why creation brought through the number language, right? To assist them to do the works where I speak numbers with light language and Akash language, but also in a session, they're going to write their own list of numbers. And we're not talking about 3 or 6 or 12 numbers. We're talking about pages of numbers. So they receive the work while they're writing. It works in their neural network, the unconscious to subconscious. Yeah. And then they go away with this tool so they could recite it. And then they have access to the energy the numbers hold to apply in their lives like they need to. So I'm going to deliver some number codes to everyone right now, what we're doing. Right, Bonnie? Here we go. 836, 836, 836, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 813, September 14, 813, 386, 7810, 7810, 95, 95, 17, 850, 73, 636, 17, 854, 17, 1854, 985, 985, 985, 7810, 7810, 369, 369, 58, 58, 16, 1854, 16, 854, 386, 386, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 21, 3, 6, 14, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, 21, ura ast est uterta, tu te area pushkete arupartaro, peanuntush arhute keri persi, alialia tu partaria tu, asrupe isk, at isk, ekium, akium, 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 sum parta, iselelatu, iselelatu, esa, Venuntuna visarionai, venuntuna vide, venozanozanazea, venozanozea, essa, les volants sont ceci. And just so everyone knows, when we're writing, I don't go that quick. We go nice and slow. That's the way that I move energy around. So they couldn't like listen back and copy that, because that's not the type. When we're going to write the codes, we go nice and slow so they're able to capture everything. Sometimes I forget, and people probably think, how the heck does she think I'm going to listen to her write numbers like that when she talks so quick? So no, we go nice and slow when it's the portion of them writing the numbers, you know.
That was amazing. I could feel that in my heart when you were doing that expansion of the heart.
Yes. And you know, when you were saying that, it's so amazing, right? When we come back to step into recall and remembrance, right? Accessing what we can do, you know, that's the thing, that we're here to be like forerunners, to do that, to access that, you know, because it's not going to really be so amazing, because that is what the recall, the remembrance, the reveal is, right? That is our everyday, you know, as we step into that more and more and more, that is using the magic that others unfortunately have used, in a way that they should not, that got totally out of hand, So this is important that we all join together. That's why I'm so excited again, meeting you and the other beautiful women,
Yeah.
because it is necessary. Spirit back in 2012 said to me, the message about, they think the yin yang is balanced, the seraphim that intend to God, right? Source, God. And it was like, it's not balanced. It's totally out of whack with the, darker side larger than the other side, because all that they have been doing with their accessing the dark magic, and they are one pointed in chaos, right? Destruction. They said, you guys, like back 2012, you're all over the place, right? You got to unite the lighthouses to handle this situation. And unfortunately, a lot of them are so lost in their spiritual distraction or sedation, so to say, that they're not realizing that this is not about a regurgitation of the same. New means new, right? And to join together rather than they're all over the place, right? Diluted in what they're all over the place. Well, the others are united. We need to unite that, which we've come to do,
Yeah,
than just regurgitate and do the same thing that we have walked in other lives, right? As being prophetesses or whatever it may be, and healers, right? This is also, yes, to do that, but to unite, right? So we have that power of that magic that we have immensely individually, but imagine united together. Because back in 2012, they didn't want to hear that message, They thought, oh, you're talking about that, you're bringing it on, So they had to come to a point to look, to understand, realization in the bigger picture of what is going on in the fabric of creation and why we are here, because that light has been shown on that, so it can be made known, it can be revealed, right? Lessen the density of it, right? Shine the light on it, right? Actually, quite literally bringing the light into the dark, so we know what's there, and it's no longer a darkness. This is a knowledge and a knowing, and to have enough heart, right? And love and support from each other to stand in that, to witness it, to look at it, to have a realization of what is real than an illusionary, right? Situation and circumstance that has been placed upon them for millennia that was never supposed to be what it was supposed to be, So we come to right in that, and create this beautiful new future that is there. But we can't sit on our laurels and say, oh, we won. No, we're there. No, because there's many paths of possible probability, and reality is always in motion and movement, right? So we must
gotta create it.
Exactly. We must define and declare ourselves, right? So we are in resonance with that and keep that bridge. My work is like the future new self, reaching back to the old self to do the work, to cleanse, to clear, right? To then upgrade, untangle from that, take away the energetic shackles or the cages energetically that they were placed in, so they can, right, step out of that and stand back in their sovereignty, their godhood, their divine birthright. And this is all that's going on right now. So thank you so much, Bonnie, for doing this beautiful community that you have, that you come on always, and your own works you're doing, and all these other beautiful ones, to support, each other through this, and to be that light, and to keep supporting in these unprecedented times of what's going on, this beautiful change and new creation,
Absolutely. Me and the other admins, we all got visions of how we were supposed to create this, and how it was supposed to be a platform for everyone to be kind and gracious and understanding and non-judgmental to other light workers, and to give them a platform to tell them where they're at and what they're doing and how they can help you. And Yahshua is one of my main guides, and he said, because when we first started growing, people started coming in, and we had a little bit of the dark stuff happening, people trying to bring the energy down, stuff like that. And we prayed about it. We asked, how could we keep it at a higher vibration? And Yahshua said, get to know your community. You can't fear what you love, because all it is fear. And once you have love, because you know your people in your community, then all there is love. And so here we are.
And it's so beautiful, because, I also say what Christ, has said. It's like, Christ says, like, you will do even greater things that I have done, right? Coming to be an example of one standing in their godhood, right? What they can access at that time, It is time for us all to be the Christ, right? To step into that Christ is and was representing, in one's godhood, So I'm like, well, when do you people think that time is? It is now. You're waiting for some other time when you're going to do even greater things that he said that we will all do. Hello, this is it.
It's now.
Things like that
This
helps
is
us.
go time. This is go time. Yeah.
Exactly. I say all hands on deck. You know what I mean? So it's not really a judgment call. I'm like, the old Italian women when they used to say, "Hey, what's the matter with you?" Right, to the kids or whatever. What's the matter with you? Where'd your judgment go? It's using judgment in not the dirty word that it has become and been made, and the manipulation in the system. Right, using it as a powerful tool. Right, you make a judgment call on something because you're accessing it, you're assessing it, right? What is good or not, what
Absolutely.
is in there for you. People will tell me, "Oh, you mean discernment?" And I say, "No." I said discernment goes hand in hand with judgment, because you need discernment to judge the thing, right? Access it, assess it to what is happening, what is going on. You don't want that tool taken away from you, but you want to use it in a powerful way rather than right away running away. "Oh, that's a dirty word." No, they made it
Yeah.
dirty to take away your power. But when you use it in this way to understand judgment, having judgment is a powerful tool to know which way to go and what's right for you and what is happening and what's going on, than to run away. "Oh, it's judgment." Wait a minute. Look in
Yeah.
there. Assess
No,
the
no.
situation with the judgment,
Exactly.
different thing,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeshua says, drop it in your sacred heart and then look at it there with the love and
Beautiful.
compassion, and then bring it to the surface to what it really is, to see the truth. And it's not really judgment. It's deciding how to approach and how to, because it's all energy. It's deciding what way you want to approach it, whether you want to be, um, you know, just observe it and not be a part of it, or because it feels intelligent and loving and compassionate, you might want to be part of that energy. So it's not judgment. It's just using all your tools, like you said, to
Exactly.
decide what energy you want around you and in your life.
Well, to me, it's kind of like we've come in to look, because if they didn't look, they would have continued in what they were doing, a stagnation, which is a contradiction to life. Life is about motion, movement, and change. What happened from this experiment, this situation, however you want to call it, this dreaming and such, they lost themselves so deeply by those beings that have held them continually in a stagnation loop, right? Which is not what life is about, and unbalance the fabric of creation itself. If they do not look and realize and understand, we are the most loving, because we are looking, we are seeing what's there in the reflection of the mirror and such, rather than not looking. And because of the great love, right, despite the pain, the uncomfortableness of it, we are there tending to that got lost to itself within that, so that the mother can handle the situation and take back unto her what, right, needs to be handled, so it can be healed at the depth of that, rather than not
Yeah.
looking. So that is the importance of why we're here, to hold a light while that situation and circumstance is going on. Because for me, it's the time of the great divide. There's only two sides here now. No more fence sitting, right? No more time for fence sitting, right? You either go the way of
Nope.
devolution, which is parasitic AI, non-self-sustaining beings and entities, hybridization, all that type of thing, which is going to be absorbed back to the mother, right, to be healed, and possibly remade if it can be. And if you don't want to go that way, then you get in resonance, being a true being, a self-sustaining being, right, standing in your godhood, your sovereignty, being the
Yes.
higher vibration, so you can go forth and create, right, the new that is.
Yeah.
Because if we're going to stand in our godhood, how do they think they're going to stand in their sovereignty and godhood if they're always looking at everybody else? Tell me what to do, taking your puppet strings and yet giving it to a being that you think is higher and greater than yourself. It's time to stand in your godhood as Christ represented, right? Get your footing again. We're here to help them to hold the helm of the ship and get that footing again, that they forgot about, in their deep sleep, in the situation and circumstances that we're a part of,
Right.
So
The
this is
mother
about
always the
to
mother
use.
always says to me, be in your God house, be in your God house.
Yes.
Know the people that's in the God house, that you choose that. You choose to be in your sovereign. You choose to be, I guess, for me, because, they ask, you go through all these different, when you're going through the ascension, they show you different ways that you can evolve. And then when, in the end, to me, I wanted to return to my natural blueprint and what it is I was meant to be. So I ended up going into God house, and that's where I stay.
Beautiful.
But there's a lot of other distractions out there, and it's just a long way back to the mother. It's just it's not like you're not going to get there, and it's there's no judgment in it. It's just it takes longer to get where you're going.
Well, you are in your godhood because that is your natural, right? And everyone that is a natural hearted, souled being, right? Not a replicate and all that other kind of stuff, right? AI, whatever. Those that are true, real beings, of course, are in their God house because that's where you originate from. That's who and what you are. You just went on a journey to explore, to experience, right? So creation could move itself to the next thing, right? And create not from a place of forgetting self, but a place of remembrance of self. And what is that new thing we'll make out of the looping and the stagnation? So, yeah, so creation itself is being moved, right? To the next beautiful thing it'll express through, right? God's creator beings, aspects of the divine embodied, making the unmanifested manifested so we can have these beautiful experiences, right? Not just sit in the ethers, but to taste, to touch, to have experience, to love, right? To have all the beautiful, beautiful things that God's embodied can experience, is beautiful. You're talking about the mother, so here she comes, right? I don't know how you do it, but here's the mother who comes right through in this way for me and through work. Isalataso inemisu kosayatawe isamatuasea inemesa tu vasai isamatuasia Sumaya. 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 I had my client say once, oh my goodness, that's like the mother coming in and breathing that breath of life, right? To blow all that negative away. Or like being in the womb.
I could feel it.
When you hear that swoosh, swoosh, like in the womb, kind of waters and in that womb. So yes.
I could feel it. I could feel it when it was going all over my body. It was so amazing. Yes. It's home to me. It's amazing.
Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah, I got to get a drink too. You got
Yes, because all those other little pockets, I put it like this, right? It's a funny thing I've been talking about lately. The old time that you had like the pinballs that had all the little pictures, like, and then you have the little paddles, the silver paddles and the silver ball. And the ball, you'd hit the little buttons on the side and the ball would go into either one
pinball.
of the little, right, those little pictures, right? Those little pictures that were going in. Exactly. So I'm like, see what you're talking about, all the different pockets, all the different vibrational, right? Energetic, conscious experiences that the awareness, which is the point, right, of the beingness of the soul, the essence, the true beingness, can experience in all the little pockets of the pinball, right? So I'm like, these times are about, rather than getting lost in all the pinballs, paddles throwing you everywhere in all the little pockets of the stories, rather than doing that, we are here so that pinball is going to go straight down, not get caught in all the distractions, right? But to come straight down and brum, right? You get all the numbers, boom, boom, boom. You won the thing. You won the game, right? Because we're in a game, right? So it's to win that game. Years ago, they told me, oh, it's a virtual reality. It's a video game, because that was the language they had back then. Tell them it's like a video game, I'm sorry, April, get that, please. Sorry. Then
it's okay.
As time went on,
we live in the real world.
Yes, exactly. As time went on, then they said, oh, tell them it's like a virtual reality game, right? Because then they can understand that. And that is as if we went to sleep, right? We're having an illusionary experience, but they went so deep in it, right? Because they've been looping in it how many times over and over again, that this is about, right? To get out of the depth of that forgetting and sleep, to wake up so we can dream a new dream, right? Together beautifully. And that's what I'm talking about. The pinball to come straight on down, not get stuck in the distraction of that in the loops, but hey, there we go. Winning the game, which is winning the game is what? Standing back from the journey that we forgot ourselves, right? We slept to ourselves, right? To awaken that we are God beings, creator beings, right? And take that power back in our sovereignty and access the true, real magic, right? So we stand in our godhood and create a beautiful new creation. And yes, my work, you'll see things in your physicality, because I understand we're in physical, we're wearing that vessel, even though illusionary, and we will tend to that and physical situations and circumstances. But we also need to get to the core, right? Their soul evolutionary journey, what the soul has been through, that has so many millennia, right? Thousands and thousands of lives of experiences they have. Well, they've been looping in this and that energy as well. Add the cosmic Akash and the cosmic multidimensional versions of themselves as well. It's huge. And the thing is, people think time is dead and buried, past my past lives, and that's a version of a perspective of it. But I'm sure from the perspective where we're coming from is all time is one time, right? All those lives are simultaneously happening, right? To the soul, I say, like the disco ball and all the beautiful sparkles around the room that the disco ball makes are all your simultaneous lives experiences, right? Energetic, vibratory experiences of consciousness that you're having. So it is this beautiful works that can come in to help tend to those things, to help cleanse, clear, and to upgrade them and assist the DNA so they can pour that light of their beingness in more and more and walk the heaven on earth that we've come to do. Yeah.
Wow. I love the way you explain that. I mean, everybody has different words and different flavors of the way that they say things. And it really turns on light bulbs the way you explain things. It's pretty amazing.
Thank you. Yes. In
Yeah.
speaking too, it is bringing light, and such to them, so they're getting a big, beautiful, powerful gift, right? A big wow. I see beautiful people are typing wow, and it is wow. And I'm so excited to be here with Bonnie and meeting her for the first time, to also with this beautiful community that her and the other beautiful women, I have goosebumps, have built, because I'm going to cry. I cry when it's like a big bright light, neon light, like yes, yes. So thank you.
We also have a man, David Starr, is in here with
David,
us.
no, I haven't met him yet. I look forward to meeting him.
You're gonna love him.
This beautiful thing that you have made here. And so your community today that you've invited me in, and I'm sure Spirit making this connection with you through two different people to come on your shows and to share with your community, some of this today, because as you said, this is a beautiful community. So you can find, right, like a beautiful minded hearted beings, so you help support each other, through all that is happening and going on, as I said, to tend to the lighthouses that we are is so beautiful. So thank you so much for this gift. I want to do one thing because I don't know the time frame, but before
I want you to tell. Okay, you're going to do one more thing, and then I want you to tell everybody where to find you and everything, because we have 15 minutes, and then I'll do a little video. And then at the end, because I was supposed to do it at the beginning, but I was so excited to get on here with you, I forgot it. So while you're speaking, I'll bring the video up, okay? And then when we go off air, don't go anywhere, because I still want to talk to you in person.
Yes. So what did you want me to say to them? Because what I wanted to tell you is, you see how I'm giving and you're giving and we're receiving. I'm sorry, they are receiving. Yeah. Yes, in this. I would like to, before we go, because I know you've made this community also to support and receive, but also to do the works, right, together. I'm a weaver of codes for creation. So before we go, I want us, all of you beautiful listeners, to join together and to send out what we will send out, to the collective, to the field of creation. So let's make sure, Bonnie, we have time to do that before we go as well. So what did you want me to talk about with everyone right now?
Go right now, tell everybody where to find you. And then when I come back, we're going to do what you just asked us to do. So you tell them all about where to find you and everything about you. All right.
Okay. Thanks. Beautiful ones. You can find me by shooting me an email to hummingbird1211. It's hummingbird1211@gmail.com. So through that way, shooting me an email, you can let me know if perhaps you would like to have a private session. They run about 90 minutes. The reason why they're 90 minutes is because you're going to write numbers. To have the sacred key code numbers, will go nice and slow. And you'll write the numbers, you'll receive the work while you're writing, and then you'll also have that as a tool to apply the energy yourself as you read them over in your lives. And also the light language, and then the Akash language to clear and rewrite it as well. So if you only want a light language session, Akash language session, we could do that, which would be an hour, not the 90 minutes, to have the sacred key codes as well. My website is audreylightlanguagechannel.wordpress.com. So there's some things there, but I haven't really like updated it too much, you know, because I'm always so busy that spirit just brings people by their soul. You know, it's time for their soul, right, to receive these works. So people all around the world, you know, show up. So it may not be as updated there, but it was a way and a means, you know, for people to find me, that it was out there. But through the hummingbird 1211@gmail.com, you would get me directly. Also, I have a Facebook, Audrey Light Language, and then it's a little letter, lowercase d and I, Audrey Light Language DI, because there was some problem on there once, and my daughter had to add the DI. Facebook, if you want to friend me on there, and also on YouTube. I have many YouTube videos because I also do automatic writing. So from the beginning, I've shared many, many messages. Recently, there's one about the soul signature, which is like the scent of you, right? By what you're known by, and not like a physical, you know, signature which represents you, but your soul signature represents you more truly and deeply, you know. So there's a message on there about that. So you can check out YouTube and find some of those messages on there and receive the energies and such that I bring through. So is that good? I think that covers everything.
Yes, that was great. And I couldn't get it up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell everybody what the video says. It's just anybody who's on the New Earth, in the group, if you want to chat, you want to get to know us, so to go ahead and message David Starr, Robin Nicole, or Bonnie Bird, and we'll get you on. And you could have a community chat with either one of us. We all three have availabilities. And if you want to do a unity circle, then we also can schedule you for that. And that's a live with, we invite people to come in and interact with you as you share your gifts and tools. And you don't have to be a professional to do this. You just have to have love in your heart that you want to share with the community. And so that's what the video was about. That's the gist of it. So now let's do what you want to do, Audrey.
Beautiful. So I'm just asking all of them, right? Whatever gifts and abilities they have, because sometimes people think, oh, I'm not doing my mission unless I'm, you know, doing automatic writing or moving my hands all around or doing some kind of thing they bring forth, whether light language or whatever it may be. And I try to explain to them, no, you're here doing your mission, right? Because you are being of light and heart, right? Holding that here. So you're doing that, right? Number one mission, you know, whatever else comes on the plate is another beautiful experience to have, but it's not as if you have not arrived at that. You have arrived because you're embodied, right? So you're doing it.
Right.
So this is what I ask them. We all join together in whatever way, right? They have their gifts and abilities in there to that heart, right? And we are going to affect the field of creation itself, which automatically then affects the collective, you know, in humanity, right? So here we go. Beautiful ones, right? Here we go. We're going to affect the field, right? Because we know what's happening and such, and we want to bring that highest timeline in, right? Support that, you know, what is written and spoken of. So to say that beautiful new future moment, right? But we are here to reorient, right? That time, so to say. And we don't have to think about, oh, in how many years, as people talk about, this is going to happen 10 years, 20 years, 5 years, 4 years. No, right? The eternal now moment is all time is now. So we are joining in here. So we alter that timeline, right? Now, to bring this to fruition using our true magic, right? Beautiful ones, because we are such beautiful hearted beings, right? Standing in our godhood, our divine birthright. So we could do that. So here we go, beautiful ones. Come and weave with me. Que le salon vertureum, menusurte virusera, virutoria risercure, merusir perti vare, come sartul sertiveum, menusurta, meriser certu vereum, Menuone, menuone, sirere, menuone, siana, eneme kashe, kumene kash, kai ad usere me kash, chiaraso televise terme kash. Come serre kashkure periersi, che ne merce vere kashkutarasira, se ne merce vere si tele barasure kash, kune mere kasher, bene kashe, and mere kashe, and mere kashe, kukukukure kashe, kune me esta ora arescut ur esta kash, che de paratura escut est o est ape et ist ut Ariana kuku ut este uratairum Pierania no coria sea tile sele pardare kash kuparsar tush at est ad ut et ut ad esk et gan kurish abdi per it ust acum sasua evoa tatu eti ata ota ita te ata uste at et istita ut et te ta teta utata uteta yeta est ut est atayuma suva usuva hanene huva kutapashala kutare esi asasi honna yo kondo isama kudui handa haye humahe tueta hoya titia bane pecataru sutura suritia esasi shiktika makua vahima vahia sesi le partout esa 8 3 6 8 9 10 12 13 14 16 12 3 6 12 14 16 14 16 8 5 8 5 9 10 9 10 30 40 8 21 3 8 6 3 8 6 3 8 6 7 8 10 12 13 14 23 8 6 14 21 21 ore arasta orata picate sur le partout sont moi et sont patois et ceci es así Patiano, che Patiano vertere merusorerti venea menusir berti vere menune venonai Venone selapa tush kash to Akash keko Akash kumana ani ita kash kole ali este ule ile apartar Akash kade ile iste la su pianete ala ule se itama itea esa si ate esa the mother se meta inese pakase tu amanesi emesia Sumawaya. MSC. Essa. There you go.
Wow. See, we say wow, we can't help it.
Come get your wow.
Yeah. It says, thank you, Audrey. Love you. You're beautiful. Light language, so divine and powerful.
Thank you so much.
Everybody,
so much.
Blow me away every time without fail.
Thank you. You know, the dolphins want to come in and the whales. Do we have a minute?
Yeah, we do. We have,
all right, here we go.
We have as long as.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, so you guys keep doing what you're doing. Remember I said we're working in the field, right? So we're doing what we've come to do. Yes, we have individual stories, what we're doing, but we're here on a mission right now, beautiful ones, because I'm going to cry because there was not a coincidence in why I had two different people, right? A client connect me to someone who knows Bonnie, right? And another client years ago that I work with, they're doing their own beautiful energy works out there, but I'm called healer to the healers and healer to all. So sometimes healers also come to get works or whatever. But this other woman coming back in my field again to bring me to Bonnie. So there's no coincidence. So yes, I'm here to talk about what I do so you can come as beautiful souls and receive. But we're here to do the work as well. So let's get to it, beautiful ones. Kala salom tu beriselo terea sever tu perisea tu le sori che massa partu yanai meru sorta che mersire meru sova seione merutura siveneum merusira che merceru menuntuvari salamatu asa umaita kumasama kutai baru berira baruaba bari bari buri bari 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 rumare kasher kurum te esta otiane viare sale ala oleme eleala ola mahana kushala tutusi biartura makashakaya kukua sumate esa all right, here we come, dolphins wheels. I don't always do it, but when they want to come in lately and do some works, we're coming in, okay? Right, the water with him, the water of the planet, the water in creation. Whales. There you go, beautiful ones. Dada ashtalaliatulum. Biriyatalakishtulalastulum. Bayalapakata ustek Tishta ut arsta. Ale ulabalala ulalana supatura kiashka ut este yelli pataru kasapera tu vesiri mantere perre sure yandere bara kasartu kusitia besse una besse pararua. Remember the field. Bararu bagurum shikte sulle para. Tole de saru makile le pai. Della massar tururussi di vire. Sumacarea. Sura macarera. Bietia. Shiktika. Hoyana hanukatara. Ushetire para curserum. Yana meyane. Hore. Kishkta istira. Pianera soto y soto. Itara. Iyatara. Sahanua. Esuhanua perira. Sekerti beriserea. Tole somerti vari. Beru sorte. Viane, menusila, kerusara, turo verseri, Kerisira merusore, meruser kervi serido, mienehane, meruhane, meruhaneriane, edemikashe, 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 kumamasai, 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 keper ir akash, kosa ila ite akash, kanimaso teli ele estu ir eriakash. Kamana kosh keki isedemekash. Ko ela ista ora eshkariatai. Bona 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 bira bere 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 bona ene berona bira bere bona bara 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 ere barora bara. Abiana natura tartarar taratra. Kura tartara turterestra hita. Eteta eteta eta. Ta 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 eta ta ta. Ta 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 ita ta 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 ita ta 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 ita. Tomta 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 tom 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 eta. Kaniana 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 kume 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 386 386 10 12 10 12 386 386 9 10 12 9 10 12 16 18 54 16 18 53 6 36. This is not for them. We're coding the field 386 10 12 13 8 21 386 386 386 59 59 6 386 10 12 13 386 10 12 13 21 386 386 75 75 75 75 75 386 10 12 14 386 10 12 14 21 21 21 21 21 21 21 21 21 Kure aras to the parte ishtara ure vare 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 shila pakai shila pakai sede pakashura vakua sua vatua kasua vatua kasua masawaye 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 yatu yatu elevatu che si libera sutara uner hiskesi partai kunesara this is just a heart, touching the heart for them, right? Because we're doing some intensive work. So just to help them now who are here supporting with this, right? What's going on and all those feeling it for the heart to touch that inner child and help support them, right? Through this deep, very major thing we're doing. Right. So here come the elementals, which again, all these beings are source expressing in those different ways. For me, it's all the divine expressing in those different ways. We say fairies, this one, that one, but it's all the source wearing the mask expressing in those different energy frequencies we're used to calling. So here we go. And of course, the fairies elementals to come in, right? Because that's part of also them in creation. But his subtlety, some of those things that need to release from that heart, touching that inner child. Also the back of the heart. C'est moi, chérie, c'est capable je peux couture. Si, c'est pas cher de côté aussi. C'est moi, c'est ça. La so parti, la non son veri parisea, Kerisire, hoya, amahana hoya. So, tahi, kai, kokomesi, partout élever le mon son. Ceci, chérie, allez, parata, so, apaleatu, essa, essa, I could go on, but I'm getting like, it's a lot, let's say, for the audience, right? We're really going in there. We're not playing around.
Yeah.
As you can see, I don't play around, right?
Absolutely.
I'm always like, to the bullseye, to the point, to the first domino. And we do that, and all the else happens. Instead of being stuck with the pinball and the little paddles, like I told you, right? To the point.
Right.
And they're receiving, and they also assisted in this huge stepping in their creator beingness, them stepping in their creator beingness, their lighthouses to cut through that density as a lighthouse, right? To support and to do, and as creator beings, standing in their godhood, accessing, right? The real magic to create, right? Beautiful one. So thank you. And that is also why a beautiful spirit, and no coincidence that there is none, brought me together with Bonnie, right, to join with her communities, right? 2 different shows I'm going to be on with her. I didn't even know. I thought it was 2 separate shows.
Oh,
But
we're trying to make 3 because I want you to come back to do
oh
a
yes, that's
unity
what you
circle.
want, right? Because they receive, but then they're also giving to do of the heart
Yeah,
of their
yeah,
mission while we're here, right? To
absolutely.
join together to affect the field of creation itself for love of creation, right? Because that is the mother's right gift that she gave. We come because we're talking about love. What love to look and to be in the dirty fishbowl, right? All that is going on
Right.
in here, to have come in to attend to creation itself, to assist what has unbalanced the fabric of creation itself, and to bring that
Absolutely.
back to the honoring of the sacred and the divine. And I want them all to realize, with the gift of that you give, Bonnie, with this that you have created, they don't have to buy a ticket in days of old, right, to go to some place they think is holy, to have an event, right, or attend a sacred event. This was a sacred event today. If they don't know, I know some people, I think they all do know, right, the
Absolutely.
level of your community that could feel this was a
Yeah.
sacred event in us gathering, right? My work says where you stand, you make it holy ground, right? As one,
Yes.
as a Christed one who is walking Christ's steps, right? So you want to talk about Christ? We are doing that, right?
Mhm.
Having them all here support us, but us as the not remembering God's aspects of the divine embodied, right? To come in, children of the mother, to get it done and to do it. And so thank you all so much. And I look
Yeah.
forward to when we'll be doing whatever else we're going to be doing. Because as I said,
Yeah.
again, me and Bonnie didn't even know what we'd be doing. I have an
I
inkling
know.
that I
Yeah.
know that I know I'm going to steer it to the point where we just went. You know what I mean? That's my
Yeah.
agenda because,
Yeah.
not to miss a moment, of that
Uh-huh.
beautiful magic that can be
Uh-huh.
made in that eternal now moment. So I grasp it, and I go for that bullseye. So,
All right. So absolutely. So I'm going to close this down today, but we're going to be together. I feel many more times. She's a
oh,
part of our family, part of our
oh
community,
my
and we're so
goodness.
excited.
Thank you
And I
so
want you to
much.
know that the door is always open. Anytime you want to do something, anytime you want to do a live in our field, you're welcome. And
Just
so
let me
we're
know and I'll be here when you and your community are ready for this. And like I said, to join and do what we're doing for to receive and do this, you let me know. I'm here. I'm here.
all
Really. Thank you. Just
right.
let me know.
Absolutely. So until next time, stay on there, Aubrey. I still want to chat a little bit. So we'll see you later. Bye bye.